Alright guys, it's Take a Chance here again to show you some more Jade tech. Uh, Hopefully, this video goes over a little better than the last one. I won't name it the TAC frame trap outside of my own home. This is just a frame trap. If you want to call it that, go ahead, but I'm not going through the throngs of community members who basically wanted my head the last time. Another thing I need to address before I do this is that this is a tool. It's not going to win you matches by itself. Like, obviously, I was a little hesitant about unveiling this, and I've had second thoughts since doing it, just because once people know about it, the less effective it is. But you guys can play around with it, and you can see how effective it is. I've tested it online and against 16-bit and Foxy for a little bit. And I mean, once you kind of catch on to what it is, you may not get the huge damage out of it. But what you'll get is a couple different interesting setups that may make your mix-up and such a little bit better with Jade. So I'll just go ahead here and show you the first video, and essentially what this is this is the former TAC reset, or the STFU reset, and instead of resetting with a boomerang or a 4, which is common now, what you're going to do is reset with a down 4. And for those of you who actually know what Jade's all about, Jade has very, very few moves that give her any sort of advantage, and down 4 is kind of like the universal character advantage poke. And what this does with the reset is it puts the opponent not only out of their wake-up game, but it staggers them. And it staggers them long enough for you to get a free staff slam in. Now, you're probably wondering, like, so what's the difference here between a regular gimmicky reset? And here's the difference. Your opponent cannot move out of that staff slam. If they jump forward, they get hit. If they poke, they get hit. If they do an armored move, they get hit. They don't have enough time to start up. If they jump backwards, they can get out. Only if the down 4 is blocked. Now, if the down 4 is blocked, you still get a guaranteed staff slam, but they can jump backwards to get out. But that introduces you to a whole new set of things, because if you notice that they're jumping backwards, this is 100% safe. So it's not going to hurt you if they jump backwards. If they jump backwards, or you notice that you're doing this a couple times in your sets or whatever, you can actually do an up 3 and you will hit them. So I mean, you'll get damage that way. If your opponent is jumping backwards to get out, you can up 3 and catch them. I said that. But what you can also do is, if your opponent is jumping out and you do an EX staff slam, it'll catch them. Their EX staff slam, they can't do literally anything but block. But I mean, I would only throw out the EX if you start to see them jump backwards, and really you could use that as the setup, like maybe let them jump backwards 1 or 2 times, and then if you catch them again in an anti-air, go for this and do the EX, because if they jump backwards, they're going to get caught. So just throwing that in there, that the this move, if they try to jump out, the EX version will hit them jumping backwards. Also, what's so good about this is not only can you down 4 and then go into your staff slam, like your opponent will probably start to read that, oh crap, I can't move, so they'll start to block your staff slam. Well, at that point, once you've conditioned them to block, you can go in there and get a free 12% off of a throw. Because if they move at all, like really to counter it, they're going to get hit by a staff slam. So, I mean, they're probably going to take the throw. So this introduces a kind of a 50-50. It's not a true 50-50, but your opponent constantly has to guess. And you're in control with what they do. So if they jump backwards, you can up 3. And this is something that you'll read after they do it once or twice. If they block your staff slam and still stand there, you can go up and go for a throw. Or you can possibly even get a pressure string in there. Like, it's all about conditioning them. Now, if it hits, that's when you get the big damage. And I mean, it's pretty big damage. It's close to 60%. You get something like 20 or something off of a back one set up here. But, as I said, this is a tool. And if you get a back one set up and you can get a guaranteed 30% or it's going to win you the round, then take the guaranteed damage. But if you hit a random staff slam or an anti-air where you're only going to get 20% anyway, you know, maybe this is a tool that you can use to kind of stretch that into, you know, almost 50 or 40% damage. So this can be done off of a staff slam back 2 or just an anti-air back 2. Even works off a regular back 2, which I don't think the 4 does. Or sorry, no, the 4 does. The boomerang reset didn't. So, I mean, this just gives you a couple options with the guaranteed staff slam. So, yeah, that's pretty well it. I mean, this just gives you the chance to go for big damage. You get a free opening for the staff slam. You get a free opening for a throw. You get a free opening for some pressure once you condition them. And what it is just a big mindfuck. You can also down 4 into a boomerang and kind of go into the old type of setups. And it just gives you the free ability to do so. So, like, the difference between this and the reset before is there's nothing they can do to really avoid this. Like before, if you went into a 4 and you shot out a low rang, they could easily just jump out. And I mean, there was nothing you could do about it. You couldn't, they weren't in range to get up 3'd or anything like that. And it was kind of a waste of meter. It's a good setup if someone doesn't know how to avoid it, but good players know how to avoid it. In this case, I mean, good players are still going to know not to let go of block. But if you poke, if you dash, if you do and jump, you're going to get hit. The difference is that this leaves you in a position where you can punish the jump backs. This leaves you in a position where you can go for a throw. It gives you a whole plethora of setups. And I'll leave it up to you guys to find what you can do with it, but I thought it was an interesting piece of tech. As I said, it doesn't make her S tier, but, you know, it helps. Anything with Jade helps. And I hope you guys enjoy it.